Am I on? Hi, Mom. I'm on TV. Okay, hey guys. Let me real quick, as usual, turn you around. There we go. We're gonna keep painting on this guy here. Let me switch you over actually and see. See, this time it would have been fun. Oh, hi, Mike. I'm glad you're here. Let me see, there's a lot of glare. This is the guy that we started a couple weeks ago. Let me real quick figure out how to make less glare on this. This will work? Might work. Is it still light enough? Yes. So, why can I not see any what's that called, that word? Chat. I cannot see. Ah, there we go. It changes all the time. Like the how do you say that? The thing what you see on the tube, like the screen. I don't know how to say that. This looks probably really interesting because my face is right in front of the camera. But I am going to find my channel so I see your little notes. Hi Birgit, hello Frido. So, a couple weeks ago, still not there, sorry. View channel, then I have to turn the volume down so you guys. And you know what? I cannot do this. Oh, there's the ads. And what was I gonna say? All messages there. So now I should be able to see all of you. Hello Lulu, hello Lynn, hello Abby. Hi Pet. Yannick is there. Bodil, hi. All my favorite people. So let me. I'm so glad you're here too, Lynn. So last time, a couple weeks ago, let me go. You know what? I'll do this again. So, yeah, I'm not going to be pouring today. Reason one, I don't want to. Reason two, there's a huge painting on my floor. So my studio is, I would say, 12 by 12 feet. That would be 144 square feet. Yeah, so when I do a 4x4 footer, there's not a lot of space. So I have to, yes, I show it to you. Let me put my microphone down. There we go. I hope you can see me. Let me flip you over. See this? See, there's a wall. There's a wall. And usually that's where my table is. The table is here right now. Oh, and this is one fairly big. That's the first one that I did not record. I like this though. So let's talk about this guy. 4 by 4 feet. Hi, Paul. I actually can't. That is something you have to learn in school. I remember like 12 by 12, 13 by 13, blah, blah, blah. I think my brain just goes up to 12 by 12. Das kleine Einmaleins nennt man das bei mir in Germany. So, so this is not very beautiful, I don't think. And this is not going to stay this way. So I will be painting on this. The middle part is cool. I recorded this. You will see a video. The good thing is that Not everybody who watches my regular videos watches my lives, so it will still be a surprise for them. The middle, it's almost dry, and that just took, I did that. Judy, thank you. Where was I? Oh, this is almost dry. I can't touch it till it might, oh no, it gets a little untouchable right there. That's why I touched it. I had a few problems, but it's so big I can't see anymore. So there was a huge termite in here doing its wedding flight or whatever you call this. Landed here, died. Usually I'm very sorry, but not when termites die. And then there was, oh, there was a moth right there. I think I can fix that. And then I will probably keep this part, some of that deep gold that's here, and this will be, well, I'm not sure if I want to just put white on it and then put black back on, so it looks like the white is breaking open and you see this. It's hard to explain, but that's my idea. Yeah, recorded it. You will see that. And this is a doggy pool that I just bought, and it's 80 inches in diameter. So yeah, that fills up my space, and that's why we're gonna paint today. Let me put the tripod higher up so you can see better. Like I said, let me flip you over again. Lay a tarp over the next one so the bugs don't get in. Yeah, that would be smart, wouldn't it? I'm afraid that a tarp will more or less, I just don't want it to sink in the middle and then land in the painting. And usually I don't have that much problems. Hi, Nikki. Yes, it might sag. That's exactly what I was thinking, Lynn. But, what? Judy, what? You're sorry about what? Yeah, Annette. You know, there's all these smart ideas that people have, and sometimes I have. It doesn't mean that I do them. So that's a me problem, though. Peppermint tea today. Okay, let's see. I have to say the name again. Victor Baroni. So he's on, I think I found him on Instagram, but he's also on YouTube, Patreon, all that stuff. And he paints mineral paintings, and that was inspired by him. This changed a little bit through the last 2 weeks. What I did was I added more dark green, and I found that I used to use, no, 2 weeks ago I used Southern Ocean Blue, and then I thought I need it to be a little bit darker. Where did I put the paint? Really? Oh, it's right here. And then I thought Amsterdam turquoise blue would be darker, but it's not. It's basically the same paint, almost the same shade. That's what I should say. Well, since this is all transparent and I just need to add a thicker layer to make it darker. So I wanted something darker than the Southern Ocean Blue. And turns out I just need to add more layers to make it darker. So that's what I did. I went darker from the corners inwards. Then I used my airbrush. You can use just a regular paint spray. Bullshit. spray paint or paint can. You know what I mean. I used an airbrush, white, and then this is, you know, cardboard, and I ripped ripped a little bit off, and then I held it on here, well, in this case like this, and sprayed over it, so I get a little bit of white back, because the more paint I put on, the darker the painting gets. When I add white again, it gets lighter in spots. So, and this is the idea of my way of acrylic painting, which is painting in layers. Lots of people do it, some people don't. I think it has a lot, it looks a lot like oil paint that way. I meant to do some metal leafing on this today, but the paint wasn't really dry, and I do need a dry canvas to apply the adhesive for it. And the adhesive in this case is just a speedball metal leaf adhesive, blah blah blah. There's other companies that do it too. I have this and it works. So you apply this on the canvas and then you let it dry for half an hour, and then it stays tacky. And then you can add your gold leaf, silver leaf, whatever leaf you have. So my plan was to put the adhesive on before I went live. I didn't, so we either put it on there now, or why can I not see your... what is that called? Chat things. Oh, the terrier wants to come in. Hi, Gaga. No, I just fed you. There's that. I do not. Lynn has a question, and the question is, can I ask? Yes, you can. Second part, does the dark of the original pour get muted out, or do they also get darker? Well, yeah, they do get darker too. It's like, let me help my smart little dog to jump up. There you go. We're not going outside the window, okay? She's like, "You, of course not." Yes. Every time you put pigments on top of something, you will cover whatever's underneath up, at least a little bit. And the more transparent your paints are, the less it will do it. So this was, do you see? Let me get you closer. So this was a monochromatic painting, so it was just black and white. There. So I want to play with some light and some iridescency, and then you can hardly tell how it looked before. And I also see that it, so it's just, the black is not as black. Well, if I put white on top, I would say yes, but I put transparent blue on top, which will, the black is still, how do I explain that? Since the blue is transparent, the black will still be black. But if I put white on top, which I did in several spots, let's see, maybe I find this by here. This was all dark, but I put white on there, and then I put blue on top of that, so I have a... No, you're fine, Lynn. That's why I'm doing this. That's the reason I'm doing this, and I'm glad you're asking questions. So, yeah. So I put white on this. You can kind of see that a little bit. And then blue again. So the black isn't that intense anymore. Plus I had shades of, you know how it looks, right? When you have a pour. See, this was dark. Oh man. Cottonmouth. This is black and this stays black. There, here, I had some gray shades because when you use black, it doesn't, in your pouring, you will have transparent parts and not so transparent parts, like gradients, and then you have gray parts in your painting. When I put the blue on top of the gray parts, that will definitely be look different than if the blue was on top of a dark black. Does that make sense? I'm not quite sure. So what I was trying to do with this guy here, so I think you didn't, oh, this looks cool. I like it already. So wait a minute. I was a little bit scared when I looked at this because I randomly put those geometrical blues in the last video on here, and then the pour that was pretty organic kind of disappeared, and I knew it would, but then I thought, what does the organic pour have to do with the now more geometrical pattern? Do you understand what my problem was? So I started to incorporate it. Like I started here. See how I added some white there? Made it a little bit more organic, but still have those fractures in it. Did the same thing here, made this a little bit darker again. So a painting just lives from dark and light spots. Contrast, depth, that's what that means. So the way I paint is I just do it. I just, let me put you back in the tripod. And I think we should stay like this. I'll just put this up. Oh, am I though? Oh, it's paper between. Nope. Oh, I think I just broke my easel. Oh no, what happened? Where is the thing? Oh, I'm okay, Helga. She's like, oh, she's in trouble. This is fixed for now, I think. I think I have to. I'll do that when I'm more concentrated. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, let me get you closer. Because now off to the next step, which would be bringing back more light. Bringing back more light, also different colors. So I want to work with some complementary colors, just a tad to bring it to life. How am I going to do that, you ask? Well, I have no idea. No, that's not true. Let me find a dark blue, and I think I will do a Payne's gray maybe. Although Payne's gray, I want to stay like a hair, but it's not. Let's keep doing the complementary. Let me show you what that means. You probably all know. So we have, this is a color wheel. Let's see, we have a blue-green, right? That is fairly similar. Sometimes you have a color that is, and I would almost say it's between those two. That happens. Let me check what the complementary color of that blue-green would be. And it is a red-orange. So since I think my blue-green is more towards green, I am going, I know that's not how you do it. Well, no, it is how you do it. It's how I do it. So it's somewhere in between. And then I do the same thing. That means my complementary color is more between red. It's a red-orange towards red. Makes sense? I hope so. I am teaching a color theory class, which will be, if you went to PourCon and took my class, it will be a little bit different. It will be a little bit more intense because we're going to do some more practical stuff. So it really makes sense to you. Yeah, blah. Let me find, excuse me, a brush. And I think I will start with this guy, which is more a yellow-orange. Yes, Q-neck. Mike. Mike knows my stuff. So, but I'm also, you see that? Gonna use Q-neck, and I have a Pyro Red right there. It might be a little bit over Dingsbums. Where are my words today? Not that I'm a not that I'm a talented wordsmith to begin with, but it's hard when they not come at all. Okay, so I will use a tiny bit of the Pyro Red, mainly my Q-neck. And how am I gonna do it? So I've seen Victor Baroni. Again, look him up. Does cool shit. I said the shit word. I didn't mean to say it for everybody who feels offended. But we all know, we all say it, don't we? He adds just, you know, random spots to make it look more mineral. And I am just gonna try to figure out what this does. So Q-neck is transparent by nature. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Q-neck is a good one. So I don't have to do too much with water. Plus, I just want to put some streaks in there. Maybe I don't even. And every time I'm running out of paint, I do have my water. I give it a tiny mist, and then I can either keep using my brush finger, or I just use a paper towel and move it and see how it's you cannot really see, can you? Is this better? Definitely lighter. So it is really hard to, I mean, you can barely see it, but it does make a difference for sure. And sometimes I have to go away for like a minute. This is my Pyro Red now. Just do that. Ooh. And the cool thing about painting and colors is that you sometimes don't even see or notice the colors. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do here, is having the red in there, but make it not noticeable. And yeah, we have to wait till whenever I finish this to see if that is really working. Have you ever looked at painting by Cézanne, for example? A still life by Cézanne, like a classical artist. When he uses white, or there's one painting, I have no idea how it's called, but he has a bunch of still lifes with, it's hard to paint and talk at the same time. Still lifes with a white paper, not paper, tablecloth on it. And if you look at that tablecloth, you see that it's not white at all. It's hundreds of different shades of very light colors, blues, even reds, and because white reflects the colors that surround it. So if there's a green vase on that tablecloth, there will be, which color did I use? Red? Or did I say green? I don't sorry guys. Then there's going to be the same color in the tablecloth. But your brain sees that tablecloth as white. Okay, so hopefully I will manage this and make it look like a blue or greenish blue mineral, and you don't even see the red parts. I also know that I'm scared of doing this, even though I know the theory. You know, sometimes it's hard trusting things. That was my water. There goes my brush. Oh, I didn't look at you at the chat at all. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Oh, Bill, okay, yes. I'm not, I can shut up now. I can just talk more about painting. I think when I pour, then it's really hard for me to talk or find the things to talk about. Here, let's just add some stuff. And so the way I paint, you guys, if you want to know, is I usually do not have a plan, unless I have a plan, but usually I don't have a plan. And that's really cool, because when you don't have a plan, you can just do and see what you come up with. And I'm not, a painting is never done. You can always add more stuff, unless you, I mean, even if I covered all my cells up here, I can still work on the painting itself. I mean, it will look totally different. Different in terms of there won't be any cells to be seen, but you can still make your painting better. Does it make sense? That was a lot of red. Oh, there was a lot of red. Okay, I'm just gonna trust. Just gonna let this do what it does. There. Yeah, there's because I know that there will be way more layers on top of this until I'll be satisfied. I am positive that will happen. And that's why I'm kind of glad that my big painting here, the one that I showed you in the beginning, didn't turn out perfect. Because now I get to paint on it. I'm looking immensely forward to painting on a big painting again. Here. Okay. I think I will let this be now. Ooh. See how the red and the white is way redder than on the blue. Oh, that was too wet. That's fine. Cleaning the brush. So I always have more than one water container. I use one for the rough stuff to get all the paint out of my brush. Then I have a second one, which would be enough to get all the leftovers out of my brush. And I don't mess up my paints, my water too much. Okay, ooh. I do like this a lot, you guys. Here's some white. Why not? Putting some veins in there. Because again, my inspiration is a mineral. Not necessarily a geode. Oh. Hega, thank you. Oh, people on the street. I mean, who would not bark? With people on the street, right? Yeah. This is what I will keep doing. And, oops. Yeah, painting without a plan. It's just so freeing. You do have to breathe a lot because I do get frustrated. So I start painting, and acrylic painting, there's always an ugly stage because, like I told you, it's layers, and you just have to trust in the process and just keep working on it until you like what you see. And there's just some random white lines in there. Bring out depth. And then I will, once I like my overall composition, when I think, okay, there's enough dark spots, there's enough light spots, then I should attend the detail, which is another me problem. I love detail, and I sometimes get into the detail way too early, kind of what I'm doing here, because I'm not really done with all the other stuff, which I'm not really sure what the other stuff is, to be honest with you. But I'm definitely getting too much into detail here. And I know that by now because that's what I do. When I paint realism, then I don't have a background, but like the eyelashes are already perfect. So it's, yeah, it's not the smartest thing. But I know, and I hope that just knowing helps me to not do it anymore at one point. I'm not sure what I'm talking about today. Here. Yeah. So now, and that's the good thing about acrylics, paint is already dry. I will add a little bit more. How about we lighten things up again with a teal? And the last thing I do will be, hi Sandy, that's okay. Hi Kim, thank you. I'm glad you do because I'm going to paint a lot. Yeah, the last thing will be the foil. I think I said that already, didn't I? Alrighty, so here's my palette again. Let me, oh, there's one thing I wanted to check. Yeah, they are both transparent. Never mind. Oh, so I'm using cobalt teal, this by TriArt. And usually a teal, at least the ones that I have, are opaque. This one is semi-transparent. That's why I'm using that, because I want to make sure that the lower layers do shine through. To make completely sure, I will just spray a little bit of water onto my teal. And I will get my brush. Where did I put my brush? Let's take this one. I want a bigger one though. Sorry. I had a bigger one and I put it somewhere and I have no idea where I did. It's at the sink in the kitchen because I cleaned it. Okay, never mind. Let me get a different one. Here is a blender. So we already have a little bit of water on here, which makes my acrylic paint more transparent. And I think I want, I don't know what I want, to be honest with you. Let's lighten. Let's do this. See how you can still see whatever's underneath? There we go. And I have, this here is actually a makeup brush. There is the so-called, here I have one of those, mop brush. So this is an artist brush, but this loses here, and I have not have any luck. I have a couple more. Like, I paid good money for this, and it loses the hair like crazy. makeup brushes don't. So I'm using that. And it's way fuller too. Yeah, so talk too much, didn't I? What this does is, see how it evens out my brush strokes? It also takes, you have to be a little bit careful if the paint is too wet, you will make your brush wet, and you want that brush to be dry, always. Otherwise it wouldn't do the blending so well. Let me put a little bit of white on here. Just like this. I'm going to use my wet brush to add I think, how about we do something in here? I'm going from the top down to just bring this so the reason I'm doing this is I do not want it to be obvious what I used to create this. So that is another me problem, although I wouldn't see it as a problem. A little water. Oh, that was too much. But see how it just blends it out. Gotta be very soft. And you are gonna be able to see whatever's underneath. Some spots more, some spots less. And I know that I was saying something completely different. Let's bring in something here. Oh, yeah, I don't want people to see, or I don't want it to be obvious. Pouring helps a lot. Somebody's never seen a poured piece before, that can absolutely blow people's minds. And now I'm doing this. Yeah, why not? Yeah. So, ooh. I'm really having fun with these. It's still wet over here, and this, you have to be really careful with acrylic paint. If it's not dry, it's very easy to loosen it up again, like you can see here, with more paint. So it will just yeah, loosen it back up, and then you end up with a bare spot instead of adding paint. Oh yeah. What else is new, you guys? Anything cool happened to you? I'm kind of looking forward to the fall season. This has teal and white on it. Let's see if that does something. Oops, there goes my brush again. There we go. Ooh. What do you say, guys? Oh, you don't see me paint up there. Darn it. Put it back like this. See, I don't see the red anymore. Do you? Yeah, Sandy, I'm sorry. Hello, Helga. Well, no, she's staring at me like, can we do something? Here, I might be a little bit too straight down. Intuitive painting, you guys, so much fun. It helps me so much being like, stop thinking. Stop thinking. Worry about things that I can change anyway. I'm not sure how you feel these days, but I think it's a horrible time, even though we're just at the beginning. And here she goes again. I shut up, sorry. Let me flip this over. Okay, so I will keep doing this. I add white, then I will add more blue on top. I'll have darker spots, I have lighter spots, and I never have, I don't know, I usually don't have a maximum of time that I want to spend on the painting. You know what I mean? It's like, there's paintings hanging here that I started years ago and that are they just wait till the inspiration hits and I can keep working on it. And it's just, you have to let it go. If nothing is talking to me, then nothing is talking to me, and then I don't want to make up words to make it, you know. Or I just paint without having a plan. But sometimes I get, I don't know, the further a painting is developed, the more attached I get to it, I guess. And then it's really hard to just let go and just play with it. This one here, I mean, I started it 2 weeks ago, so I'm not worried about anything. See, I didn't. Hallo Katja. Oh, gute Nacht, Janneke. Good night, sleep well. Oh my gosh. Lynn. Oh my gosh, look at all the people. I know. Isn't she the best? Hey, you gotta shut up. Okay? Don't whine at me. She's like, but it's working with the other people. You know. Let's do more red. I do enjoy that red. Wow. Oh, I don't want white in my red. Oh, ooh, this is exciting. So exciting. See, this dried way too fast. Well, too fast for my brush to feather it out. Maybe that was a sign to make it stronger. A little bit of water helps. Oh, I'm going this way. Oh, 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 oh. Too wet. That was too wet, but I can do this. Nope. See what I'm doing there? I'm just gonna get a paper towel and wipe this off. As long as it's wet, you can totally do that. I can get rid of some of this too, but I do want those veins a little bit stronger. Maybe they should be less. Wow. Can't believe I'm doing this. It's a little scary. Where was I? I don't remember. So reds usually dry darker. This will definitely dry darker because it's transparent. And underneath this red, oh, is a dark blue. It's really like putting rouge on. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. I need to fix this guy. It dried too quickly. See how I can fix it. Just a little bit of water. But also, see this? The blue or whatever I had there, I think it was white actually, wasn't dry. So I could just lift it up. It's okay. I can very easily fix that. This looks like an eye. Yeah. So yeah, the red scares me, but I think it does help. What do you think? See, now I'm making my little white passages here pink. What else? Cleaning my brush. Going into the very, very dirty water first. And then the other water. And then the cleanest. This brush here is so old and dirty. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm trying to lift some of the paint up here by using my wet brush and going over this red. I don't want it all to lift up. What did I do with my paper towel? And then just wipe it off to make it look more random. Like I told you, I don't want it to be obvious what I'm using to apply the paint. Okay, let's add a little bit more Q-neck and make this. And I already feel it's too much color, too much other color than blue. But like I said, it will change. I will add more blue, more white. And it's just gonna be some random streaks in here. try not to forget the organicity or organically. I've got of the poor. Okay, so using more of my turquoise green, Amsterdam. This is a heavy body, and so the Expert series have more pigments compared to the binder, while the Standard series, those are these, they have less pigment, but these are still great. So a little bit of water will help me move those pigments here and make it a little bit more transparent. Let me flip this over. That's kinda... Did I do too much already? What do you think? I want this darker here. I want this darker there. I want a little bit of water on my brush. And then, I'm not sure about this move here. There we go. Let's cut a little bit darker. This could be a bit darker. There's a lot of things that could be a bit darker. There we go. Maybe the red was too much, but again, I just need to step away and look at it again in a minute, and then usually it's okay. Where are we at, you guys? Goodbye, Frido. Thanks for coming. 10:30. Yeah, Lynn, that's... that is quite true. There's a little bit more white. And maybe, okay, I'm gonna put it into my teal here. Mix it up. And then I wanna do some more highlights going down. Sure if... Oh, let's change this. And this. And then, so basically I just kind of squint my eyes sometimes and see. I can't really explain it, what needs to be added or what needs to be gone. I'm not saying that I always do the right thing, but that is how you learn. And to be honest with you, the doing it just makes me already so happy. I don't need a great outcome sometimes, because just being able to, yeah, I don't know, apply paint makes me so happy. Let me flip it over, and then I would say, you guys, shoot me a few questions if you have some, and then I can answer them. Next week I'll probably be ready to be pour painting again, unless you don't care about that. But I'm aware that there's people who follow me because of that, even though I have to say, sorry guys, things might change at one point. I'm definitely enjoying the combination of the pouring and the painting a ton. It makes something I don't know, I can't. What do you say? Do you like the combination? It just gives another layer of confusion to people. They're like, wait, did you paint that? You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess I like to confuse people. Yeah, so this painting might change until you see it next. I might add a Patreon or a membership live session about this. Or I totally change my mind and I will show you this again next week. But I can already tell by the viewership that it's not a lot of people. Who cares? I do what I need to do. Here, make this darker. I like it when the outside is darker and it kind of pulls you into the lighter middle. So there's a lot that can still happen here. There's stuff that needs to happen for sure still. Maybe I do have to add another part of... Yeah, it looks a little bit wilder than it did in the beginning. That is definitely because of the red and the yellow in there now. Let's see, what can we do? I'm not sure. I might do some more airbrush onto it. I'm not sure. What do you think? What should I do next? Just keep fiddling with it. I will show you before I want to say goodbye to you. I want to show you another big painting that I did. Let me get you closer to this one though. Yeah, so I'm not sure about, I like that it's so intense here, the red. So I'm not quite sure. It is really cool looking. It's different, you guys. It's so different. Oh, Lynn, you're so kind. I wish I could do something for you. Wait, what did Abby say? Will you go back and highlight the cells? Let's see. Yes, I will do maybe the opposite by making them darker, like kind of bring, let's see, do I have a black pen here? I do somewhere. Oh, right here. Sorry. This is my, I think it's Montana. Is it? I don't. Yes, it's a Montana empty acrylic marker, and I add my own acrylic paint into this. So if you have high flow, golden high flow, or inks are very good, you can add them in here. And I might just do stuff like this, where I bring back the contrast. So not necessarily make the cells lighter, but bring them back to the original black paint. I think I will do that. If my paint, the painting underneath was in color, that would be a different thing. Sometimes I do that to bring that back, but actually, if I show you, hopefully you've seen this painting here. So see how the paint, once you put paint on it, it does get a little misty. That was the plan with this painting, and oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this. I'm not sure if I can ever sell it. And then I had to, is there a spot, I think here. This is the spot where I had a stencil on top, and that is still the Q-neck intensity. And I can not bring that back. Once paint is on top of it, no matter what color, you will probably not get that intense color back unless you paint it white and then put your Q-neck back on it. Hope that makes sense. Okay, let me get out of here and show you this guy. Light is on. So you will see that video next Friday. And and I will paint on that for sure. I'm not sure if I can make it happen for next Friday, but maybe after. But I will maybe do some texture on that negative space part here. Yeah, wanted to share that with you. I'm wondering if you have any cool ideas of what I could do. One idea I had was putting fabric and plaster on this side, kind of have a, I'm not sure how to say that, but like a curtain, maybe? Or a very rough texture just on this white part, and then have like a line going through where this is intact and this has just a very rough white texture. That's it. I want to see a drawing I did. That's my dog Jack and Totoro. Yeah, this is my old life, you guys. Okay, so back to the studio. Right here. Oh, want to see that one again? I'm having so much fun with the big pieces. I have a couple more canvases, so you will see me doing a bunch more. Hopefully, let me flip you over and say goodbye. Yeah, thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, I have to read the chat. What are you talking about? I hope I love you guys. Thanks for being here, and see you soon. Bye bye.